Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. I do hope you're well. We are in Poppyfields and hopefully finishing off our platypus habitat today. So the habitat itself is done, the cafe area is looking good, backstage stuff is all in place. So really it's just sort of this surrounding area. So I'm not bothered about this side of the pathway because I don't know what's going to be here. But I would like to just get this, sort of these gaps here and sort of around this building done, and a little bit over here as well. Now just as I'm looking at this, I think what I'm going to do is just replace this pathway with the same theme. Would make sense, wouldn't it? Keep the whole thing deserty or beach-like, I suppose. So I don't know if I'll I'll get all of this done in this episode, but we shall see. I should do, and then I can move on to whatever habitat we're going to do next, which I don't know what that's going to be. Right, actually, let's have a look at the landscaping here. So I think I might do a little bit of kind of flattening, just a little bit, nothing too fancy like this. I'll smooth it out as well. Kind of keep it a little bit rough, but a little bit more, less cliff-like, like that bit was at the time. Again, just I'm not trying to make it all sort of connect or anything. I just want it to look a bit less. What's the word I'm looking for? Rough, I suppose. There we go. That can all just smooth down to there, and then I'll do the same over here. Just smooth it down. It's a little bit tricky here, so I might get some rocks on there. Okay, so let's paint the whole thing. And then I'll do some edging on the pathway, and then the rest of it I'll get some rocks in, and I will get some palm trees and cactus in, and yeah, and that'll do it. That's going to be it. Now, what was the other thing? Oh yes, a couple of media boards on here I think are required. Get one there, and let's get one over here. Just notice there's actually a little gap just there. There we go. I don't know how I missed that before. Okay, let's get platypus on there. And platypus on there. Good. Okay. Right, let's do some rocks. Now, what rocks do I want to use? I've used these aquatic ones, or what are they called? Yeah, aquatic faux rocks. So I think I'll use them because they're deserty looking. But obviously the whole point of them being faux rocks is that they are meant to be fake. I quite like the idea of them at the end here and kind of along here. Just to create like a little cliff face, I think, along here. Looks pretty cool. Try and keep it natural looking. I do apologise. Do you know, I haven't had a lot of sleep. So if I waffle a bit in this episode, I do apologise. Yeah. Believe it or not, my little girl actually slept through the night last night, which was amazing, but my back is really painful at the moment, so I didn't sleep very well at all. It's typical, isn't it? Just as she sleeps, I don't. Hey ho, that's life, isn't it? Okay, so I don't want to do too much rock work, really. It's not an area that's going to need a lot of rocks in it, but I just want to just decorate it a little bit, you know. And then there'll be some nice cactus put around these. Now what do I want to do with this? Yeah, I think I'll just make this look fairly solid. I've just realised I've got this big bit sticking out here, haven't I? So I need to sort that out. Just to make that base look nice and solid. Yeah, of course, and I didn't actually finish the building, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I wasn't sure quite what I was doing here, but I think I'll just come in here and just finish this off. Like so. Now, oops, I hope that, yeah, that's fine. That doesn't show through anywhere. That's all good. And then I'll just keep going with these rocks, I think, around here. I know you can't see any of this, but I was originally thinking I was going to completely cover all of this, but actually I'm not. So it makes sense to at least have it looking slightly realistic. In which case I actually just need to go in and just paint a bit more under here as well. Now, I'll tell you what, actually, I should just see, can I just bring that along there? Ooh, hang on. Oh, that's just showing through there. Let me just... I'll tell you what, I think it's both of them. I'm just going to split them off. Just bring them down a touch. Oh, hang on. What have we got there? We've got one sticking up there as well. So, again, I'll just split that off and just sink that down. Let's just see. Have we got that? Yeah, look, we've got it over here as well. Right, hang on. Let's go down here. Okay, I think it's just that one. Yep, the other ones are fine. Oh, it's because I should have... I didn't follow the shape of the building, that's why. Because the building goes in there, doesn't it? Never mind, it's all good. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, that's fine and dandy. So I do need to sort this bit out. Let's just see, where does that cover? Oh, it barely covers anything, so actually that's quite easy. I can just slide that in. Like so. Actually, a little bit more. I don't want it showing at this end at all. Good. So now it doesn't matter if you can see under there. Okay. Cool. So that's fine. That's as far as rocks go. Over here, I will just get a few in as well. So we'll do some around this. It doesn't need a lot. I just want it to look kind of like there's a reason why the steps are built like they are sort of built over rocks. Yeah, I think that's all it needs really. Yep, that's fine. And over here, I might just do a few rocks kind of along this edge just to hide this gap. And then actually, oh no, not like that. I might just continue them just along here, just up until this edge, and then let's get a nice pointy one in at the end. Let's do that, make it like a little entrance out of the rocks. I like that. But then I think the rest of the edge of this will be my go-to, but I'll see if I can change the colour. So let's get that in. Try and find a decent colour. None of these look... Oh, hang on. A nice sort of dark sandy colour. That's nice. Stands out. That's what I wanted. Something that really stands out to mark the edge. Excellent. Right. Let's get this done then. So this is going to go basically all along this side. Like I said, I'm not going to do the other side yet because I don't quite know what's going on that side. And then we'll get a few palm trees in, a few cactus, and that will be that. And then I need to decide on our next habitat. There are various options. I think I was tempted by a walk-through one, wasn't I? I seem to recall I said something about that in the last episode. Let's go like that, mix it up a little bit. Lovely stuff. Okay, and then yeah, just along this edge here, I think. Yeah, so it was, what was there? There was wallabies, and I think capybara was the other one. So I could do a walkthrough of some sort. So yeah, I won't do that side because I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. Brilliant. Okay, so that's that. And let's come into here. Actually, no, let's see. Where are they? The Acai palm, is that? I don't know. Don't know how you pronounce that. This one. So let's get some of these in here. Let's come out and see what it's going to look like from back here. So yeah, we'll just dot these around. Quite like these small ones. I don't need it to be really sort of densely populated with these. But yeah, I won't do anything right on the building there. Again, I might end up doing something sort of up against that building, kind of reusing it in some way. Just not sure about that yet. I'm just doing them slightly denser there because I'm aware that that is the backdrop to the habitat, and I wanted that to look a little bit denser than the rest. Okay, couple there. Couple there, just a couple more down here. Good stuff. And then, now what is this other plant that I was using? A barrel cactus, lovely stuff. These things are just cool. So yeah, I will just dot a few of these around. Obviously it's meant to be a beach, so it doesn't need to be sort of really dense with these things. Beaches are generally mostly sand. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I haven't done an edge along here. Let me do that in a minute as well. Okay, that's fine. That's all that needs. Let's just grab the let's just grab the stones and bring them into here. I quite like the darkness of these actually against these light fake rocks. I think that works really nicely. Right. So yeah, your feedback has been really good recently, so thanks for that. always appreciate you guys leaving me your comments. As I record this, the last episode has not gone out. I'm recording this on Sunday, so the episode I recorded yesterday will be going out tomorrow. But previous episodes have gone out, and everyone has been enjoying this new habitat. So thanks for that. I'm glad you like what I'm doing. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Right. So please do keep your feedback coming. I love that. It's always nice hearing what people have to say, and generally everything is very good because generally things sort of come together nicely. I think this has as well. I'm really happy with this now. I think this looks nice. I quite like that this is all quite sparse now. I don't mind that at all. I love these wooden supports here as well. So I do think that looks good. I think the habitat's good. The cafe area is nice. Not a lot of people up there, but we have limited the number of people in the zoo, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. Hang on. That might also stop people from using the area because, there's a bench in a very silly place there. Let's put it there instead. Now people can actually walk through. Let's just copy this over here. And let's get one here as well. And I'll tell you what, actually, I think it kind of makes sense to have them down here too, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's get one up there. Yeah, let's just keep them going around here, I'd say. Oh, hang on, they're floating. That's not what we want. We don't want floating things. Not sure quite how that happened. How many of these are floating? All of them, apparently. There we go. That one is also floating. Wow. That's quite special, wasn't it? Cool. There we go. Good. People are starting to come around here a bit more. Hopefully using that as a cut through there. There we go. That is our habitat done. It worked out a lot bigger than I thought. I mean, it's nearly the size of the aquatic centre, isn't it? But that's fine. I think the zoo is looking pretty good now, actually. I had quite a lot of fun with this zoo. I've actually had an idea for what I'm going to do with my next zoo, but we're not there yet. I want to keep going with this one. It's not going to get too much bigger because you do end up kind of running out of not running out of ideas as such, but you kind of get carried away. It's very easy. You start the zoo very detailed and all that, and then you start just making it different themes and going a bit over the top and whatever. And you could say I did that with the aquatic centre and probably with this one, making it all deserty. It's not that realistic. It's very hard to stay to that theme of realism. You do end up just wanting to be really creative and do themed areas, unfortunately. But my next zoo, when I start it, which won't be yet, will be a jungle zoo, similar to what I did with Utopia, but on a much smaller scale. Where everything is very jungly, lots of overgrown stuff, lots of swamps and waterways and swampy creatures. That's my basic idea. Lots of sort of small walkways, raised pathways, lots of rocks, lots of pathways through interesting terrain. Try and use the terrain a bit better. So there's quite a few ideas that I've got. But obviously, I want to finish this zoo first. This one will go on for as long as it goes on for, really. Even though I've left space around the edge, I can always make this the edge of the zoo before I, move on. We'll just have to see. But for now, I'm going to keep going. I definitely want to sort of fill this gap in here and do some more around the outside here. It is amazing how small a zoo gets, or is, when you think, oh, I'm close to the end, and you've still got all this other land that you could be building But there we go. So there we go. Anyway, I'm happy with my platypus habitat. So let's come along to our bus and let's get rid of platypus. There we go. So we got wallaby and capybara. I think they could be in a very simple walk-through habitat together. So let's do them next, and then we'll have a look at these other two. So wallaby, capybara, what do they need? I've seen capybara and wallaby in wildlife parks in England here, and they have very basic grass areas basically. So it will be simple. I think we'll come over this way for this. So what can we do to make it interesting? We could give them a little cave, we could give them a waterfall, or maybe even a waterfall on a cave. That could be interesting, couldn't it? Again, you start coming up with these big ideas and it ends up being a bit daft, but I'm just thinking it could be... Let's have a think about this. I could do like a... Yeah, hang on, sorry, I'm just thinking in my head here. I should be thinking out loud, really. Let's do this. Let's make a little hill over here. Right, let's bring it out a bit over here. And then we'll do some pushing. Right, so I could make in here, I could make a little cave, like a little underwater, not underwater, undercover area like this. Let's push it back. Right, let's do a bit of foundation flattening here. Okay, good. So they've got a little underwater, I keep saying underwater, underground cavern. So this will be their bedroom. And then what I will do around the back here, I want to put a pathway in here. So let's do pathway with tunneling. How does that work? No, let's not. Maybe it's flattened terrain that I want rather than tunneling. I'm never quite sure about this. Let's get rid of... actually, no, let's keep angle snap. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so that's basically what I want, isn't it? So it's just flattening out the terrain. Like so. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then let's see if I can actually cover this over again. I wonder if I make that really big. Is that going to work? Yeah, basically this is what I want, isn't it? To at least have some of this as proper underground stuff. Okay, that hasn't quite gone to plan there. It's okay, we're getting there. Oh, it's made a little hole in the roof. I quite like that, actually. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. That's basically what I wanted. Right, so now let's just do a little bit of painting so I can see what I'm working with. Let's get back to the paths. Do you know what? I'm going to make this black. Okay, and then we want to come up. And somehow connect to there. Oh, look at that. Okay, that went very well. I bet I can't do that again. Well, that's great. So that's what the flattened terrain does. It kind of makes that sort of work a bit easier. It flattens it to match it out with what you're building. That's interesting. Cool, and then we will go back to this, and we'll go back to, I think, 8, is it? Yeah, so this will then come over here and connect on there. I think I might, for now, I'll leave that as the edge, I think. And then this one will open out and kind of blend back into that. Okay, interesting. Right, so that's going to be our basic habitat shape. So I've got a little bit of space over here. Actually, did I put anything in here? Or can I? That's the big question. I might be able to fit. Let's just see if I can fit a keeper hut in here, which will actually connect to there. Yes, I can. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got a keeper hut nearby, which they will walk through there to get to. That's brilliant. Not a staff room though. Realistically, I don't think I can get a staff room in there as well. Staff rooms are a bit bigger, aren't they? Let's just see. Let's get rid of the angle snap. I just don't know if... Ooh. Oh yes, because there's a path there. Actually, do you know what? I don't mind that. Because there's a door there, so I don't mind actually if that works. Then that could... Hang on, let's just get rid of that. Okay, this is interesting. I might be able to get this to work. I may just about get a staff room in here. Oh, hang on. I don't know where I am. I'm lost. Completely lost. That is so disorientating. Ah, why is it doing that? It's not... Ah, there we go. This is where I want to be. Right. Yay! Here we go. Right. Does that actually fit? It's not poking out anywhere. Oh, fantastic. And it is connected. I mean, it doesn't look good, but it's behind the scenes. Excuse me, it's behind the scenes, so it doesn't matter. Fantastic. Right, so there's our staff room and our keeper hut, which will be for this habitat. So what I'll do inside here, I'll have a big glass wall inside here. And I'll even make a glass roof for that bit, which I think could look pretty cool. And then the habitat itself will basically just be all of this. And I'm going to do a waterfall coming down from here, which I think would look pretty cool. And then we'll just do some basic stuff out here. This is going to be a very simple habitat. 'Cause wallabies and capybara, all they need is a load of grass to walk around on. They don't need anything too fancy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to see if I can smooth this edge off here. There we go. That looks nicer, doesn't it? Right, so as far as barriers go, it'll be a small one because, again, they're not animals that need lots of containment. And it'll be a wire fence. So actually, yeah, probably best if I keep it relatively close to where the huts are. So let's go with that, and then let's go something like this. Okay, so if I do it, I'll do it into here, and then I'll null it for the rest, and I'll null it right out here, just to give them plenty of space, basically. So something like that, and then back to proper fencing. Good stuff, and then let's change this. Okay. Yeah, that's looking good. And then I can obviously just disguise these bits with foliage or rocks or whatever to make that look good. So this will be their bed, glass, waterfall, glass at the top. And yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Okay, well that's going to do it for now. Anyway, in this episode. So let me know, what do you think of the platypus habitat in the end? Are you happy with that? Our guests are using it nicely now. We've got people up here being told about the animals. So that's good. Um, yeah, let me know. And if you've got any other thoughts on animals that you want to see in the zoo as well, please do let me know. I still haven't got the new content pack actually, so I will get that soon. And then I may not do any of those animals in this zoo, but certainly potentially in the next zoo. I've not really looked at what the animals are actually. I kind of have, but I've forgotten already because I don't have much of a memory, basically. But yeah, they might suit the next zoo, they might not. We shall see. And obviously, if you've got any other ideas about themed zoos that you want me to do, please let me know that as well. It's always good to get input because I don't want to do stuff that you guys don't want to see. And obviously, you know, when you're doing these zoos over and over again, it's you do kind of run out of new ideas. So it is good to get ideas from you guys as well. But yeah, let me know. I've got a couple of other zoo ideas as well, but I think my jungle one is kind of one that I want to do because I want to do it better than I did with Utopia. As good as Utopia was, it ended up very big and grand, and I want to do something like that, but on a much, much smaller scale. But yeah, we'll discuss that as we go on. For now, I still obviously got various bits to do here. But that's going to do it for now. So thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed yourself, and hopefully you could join me again in the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye for now.